Hi guys, welcome to the Cyber Skills Tech Bites. So today we're going to talk about the basics of application security. So when you hear applications, what is happening in the background essentially are different components, working together, to provide a consistent application. So I'm going to write here web applications, and we're going to talk about the different components that make up a web application. And we're also going to highlight some of the security implications related to these web applications. So usually we're going to talk about at least 3 layers of different components. The first component that we have here is usually our web layer. The second layer is usually our application layer. And I will explain all of these in a minute. And then finally, we have our database layer. And all these 3 layers are working to give us what we call an application. Okay? So between the 3, that's essentially our application. So we can see here when people refer to applications, we're not just talking about one single component, but we are talking about 3 components working as one. So from a security point of view, we need to make sure the entire flow, so traffic entering our web layer, going through our application layer, and then finally to our database layer where the data, so this is where you have all your customer data and all your information related to your application. So when you often hear about a specific website or a specific application being hacked, so essentially someone has gone ahead and managed to compromise the application at the database level and has been able to extract information from that database. Okay, so this is what we need to go ahead and make sure we have the security in place, so that traffic flowing through the web layer, the app layer, and the database layer is totally protected at every single level. So how do we do that? Well, we have different ways to protect applications. So we can go ahead and implement controls at the web layer. So usually the web layer is to do with anything that is in charge of displaying content on a specific page. So when I say display content, I'm talking about your text, your images, and your corresponding components that makes part of your look and feel of your page. Then we have the application layer. So this is where the application logic is processed. So for example, you have the business intelligence, we have the application transaction, all of those will be done at the application layer. And then when it comes to actually storing and handling data, so that part is going to be stored at my database layer. So when it comes to protecting applications, we need to make sure we enforce the security at the web layer. We also enforce the security at the application layer, and then finally at the database layer. So those 3 checks, those 3 levels, essentially is what makes up our application security. That's it for today. Thank you.